are capable of making. Because it's not possible, obviously, without our community and without people who want to see this project come to life. I mean, ultimately, that's the whole point of us taking this kind of transparent development approach where we're here with you every month, albeit this time we were a couple weeks late. Unfortunately, that was unavoidable. But every single month, providing updates on our progress and what we're building and why we're building it and how we're doing it and what changes we're making. I mean, I saw a lot of happy faces when you saw the duels that were implemented. We made some changes in this milestone because of the feedback that we received from the community about getting duels in game. And of course, we are going to extend that obviously to party dueling as soon as we can, and eventually raid dueling. And we're going to have some in-game arena locations where there might be some, flagging options and whatnot that we're going to prioritize. But when we started Alpha 2 back in October of 2024, we talked a little bit about the phases, phase 1 and phase 2 being focused on stability and focused on optimization efforts and, establishing a lot of that core tech in the world. And phase 3, we talked about that being where we would introduce a larger portion of the audience. Of MMORPG enthusiasts, people who may not be following along in our development, who might be kind of at a distance aware of Ashes of Creation, but aren't necessarily following the development because, that's not their gig. They don't want to follow a game that's as in the trenches of active development as we historically have been. But the expectation was that when phase 3 came, that would be a setting where we would be more capable of expanding that testing audience, that player audience, to really validate what it is that we are trying to do with Ashes of Creation, both from a game design perspective, from a company.
Just tell your wife you cheated on her, goddammit.
As well as ultimately where we feel the genre needs to go in order to evolve, in order to create more dynamic worlds, something that is predicated on player activity and decision and community.
Well, the speech creature for 100,000 damage.
We have a very big announcement today that is shortly going to be coming up.
Shortly. After the video.
I think that it is going to be one that is going to continue to push us forward in the development of Ashes and include a lot of new voices. And we're going to get into talking about the details of that announcement after you see this brief
God.
we're going to be showing. We talked about a little bit of a marketing push here at the end of 2025.
Does this investor have say in what happens in the game?
And even
that's why Amazon got rid of all their people, because
they've about it. But stay tuned for after this. We're going to go into detail about what it means for you as a tester, what it means for the project, what it means for the next phase of our alpha leading into beta and eventually launch. We are getting closer, guys, and we are focused on what is important. So let's take a look.
Clearly.
If it's true, I want all engineering first. Thank you for my.
Was once a world of abundance. Great empires flourished.
Yeah, is this New World?
Across endless seas.
I thought they closed this game down.
Its people.
This is definitely not
your people. Carved kingdoms from wilderness, daring any perils that lay between.
Why is she walking with that limp? Who just fucked that bitch?
Lays
you saw that? Bow-legged.
Magic itself. But this wondrous age of discovery and purpose left few prepared
the
for the
in the stream
to come.
I gotta tear this down. Holy shit, they made it load.
The ancients showed no mercy. Survivors were advised to flee to the divine gates. An age passed before the gates reawakened. But now, you and your people have returned to reclaim your ancestral home. Your destiny awaits.
They're releasing it on Steam?
What did?
No
It's
way.
the big release.
Okay, it's a W.
Goodness.
It's a W.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are
It's a
going to be
W.
expanding our testing audience and players to
Uh,
incorporate a much larger community, and we are excited.
That's a dub.
Margaret, talk to us a little bit about
That's
what
massive.
this means.
Oh my gosh, so many things. But first, look at that trailer. A lot of love to our character environment artists who kicked butt and made
that a
such a
Steam
beautiful world,
partnership or just
obviously.
releasing on
And
Steam?
then we also worked with Brazen, who is an amazing studio, to create this wonderful trailer. So we hope that you
Imagine if
enjoy
Steam
it.
invested into
It
them.
is very much a
Ooh.
lore trailer. The goal is to kind of have something that's a little bit more evergreen
He
for
said
us
he
to
would
use
never
for
go to
future
Steam.
stuff.
That's
So you
amazing,
definitely
dude.
will be seeing this maybe at some events and other places and spaces. But you kind of follow Riley as
But
she's
he's
coming
ridiculous,
back
take too
from,
much of a
or
fucking
you know,
cat.
coming
Oh, no,
through.
it's gonna get
and
review bombed on
she's an
Steam.
oracle. She's seeing this kind of
Yes,
flashback
and
of what's happening.
yes.
What
It
happened in
won't
the
matter.
past.
It's going to bring
and,
in immense key sales, which will
and
fund
for
the
the
game
first
even
time
further.
is like
It's
Yeah.
gonna, it's
the
going to bring
essence
in
herself,
so
which
much
is pretty
money.
cool.
Most you got to
Yeah, and,
remember,
you know,
most
of
people can't
course,
read.
We
So
have
Not only
plenty,
that, like, it doesn't
copious
matter if it
amounts
gets
of
review bombed.
gameplay
Like, even
footage
if
that we
it
provided
brings
from an update
100,000 players,
perspective.
and
But
most of
when
them
we're
quit,
talking
it'll
about
still bring
expanding
way more
our
players than we had
audience now
before.
to incorporate,
Yeah,
as I said
100%.
prior to the trailer, a less engaged, less aware, player, they're going to
actually the
want to
best
see
news out of
something
all
that
this.
gives them a very quick understanding of what's the world that I'm getting involved with. What's the idea of the story here? And I think in the minute and 30 seconds that we have with this trailer, as beautiful as it is, as Margaret said, the amazing collaboration between our artists, between Brazen Studio, in preparing this, it gives really good context for understanding, like, as a player, you're returning.
I still
to
don't
an
think they should
environment
lower
that's
the.
unknown,
I don't think
that's
they should
fraught with
lower the
danger.
price point.
That
It'll
is
just make
also
more
a
cheaters
canvas where you can
and
build
stuff like
again
that.
a civilization and have a
Uh,
hand in that development. And I think this
they will end up
captures
lowering
that
the
pretty
price point.
well.
I think they will,
while
but I don't
also
think they
giving the
should
understanding and setting
to
for
prevent cheating and shit.
we're a fantasy
It
game.
ain't cheap.
We're a Wizards and Knights
Having to buy a new
type of
account.
game. There's an
It's on
antagonist
Steam,
now
it's
that we're
too late for
introducing
that.
It
with
is
the
on
Harpingers
Steam, dude.
update
Holy
in
shit.
our Ancients that have always been the primary antagonist of our
No, no,
story,
in general.
but has something that we've held relatively close to the chest from a content and update perspective that
Wait,
you are
coming
now
soon
getting
to
to
early
experience for the first
access.
time, although we'll be refining that on the PTR setting.
So it's like
within
purchasable.
the PTR. So
No, not
it is
yet.
going
You
to
can
be
wishlist
something
it,
that
though.
it is easily digestible and gives context for a new viewer.
Yeah, and so now a lot of you probably wonder, what does this mean? Why are we doing this? So we're going to go over the why, the what, the how, all the details. And hopefully that gives you guys the answers. We'll also have an article that goes over all of this stuff too, so that it's easy for you to digest that way if you prefer it. But I know a lot of people don't like reading. So
Yeah, December
as I
11th.
mentioned before,
There we go.
as far as
End of the
updates
first
go,
week,
just
like I
kinda
said.
make sure that you know the dates and timelines for things. Upcoming testing, we are going to have Alpha 2, Lotharia, and Shoal realms down while we're doing PTR testing, but they will be available November 15th through 16th and November 26th through December 1st. And December 1st will be our big community send-off. We'll have vendors for you guys, some special mount vendors, things like that. So we'll have a little event that you can participate in. It'll be throughout the day for the various different time zones. I know our EU folks and our NA folks all want to be able to participate. So we'll try to make sure it's something that you can all participate with on December 1st. That will be our send off. And
The final
then
send-off.
we will be wiping the Alpha 2 realms as we had mentioned previously. And there's, obviously we're going to have a big start on December 11th with
Did Steven just fist
the whole
bump
thing, but in the
himself?
interim, we will also be doing the testing that Steven had talked
Oh
about.
no, he's opening his $200
November
water.
17th through 25th and December 2nd through December 10th.
I forgot they drink
a lot of
Google
bug
water
fixing,
over there.
A lot of refining of content. So you're going to be seeing a lot of things happening very quickly here. Those of you who have been with us for a long time, you have seen change happen very, very quickly within like a weekend. So there's definitely stuff. We've got stuff cooking, and it's
and let me speak a little bit to that, actually. Obviously, as you guys are aware, there is a divide in our development team between those who focus on future content and future features and those who are focused on servicing the live testing environment on the production environment or on the PTR. And that juggling can be very difficult, obviously, for any team as a live service game. And when we are able to direct and focus the entirety of our development group to the current live environment and focus on buying down bugs and focus on stability and optimization, and we put on pause new content and new feature development,
Even though
we're
you
able
just
to make
added a bunch of
lot
new content?
changes within a very short period of time, as Margaret was talking about. And so we have been focused on that with our latest Harbinger update over the course of the last few weeks. And over the course of the next 4 weeks, we will be entirely dedicated as a team, 100% of the team focused on
Another 4 weeks.
polishing, stabilizing, optimizing, and getting ready the current environment of the Harbinger update that we have for that December 11th launch. And it does come with significant amount of econ updates, obviously, as well as additional content and features such as the sports fishing, both freshwater and saltwater, the new boat that's coming, the Harbinger events. There is a considerable amount of content and features that will be incorporated that's on the PTR and testable, and we will be expecting you guys to help us test over the course of these next 4 weeks on PTR.
And some things that are still
ask.
coming. So
Yes.
there's some changes to the starting quest lines and the economy elements of that. So you guys will definitely be seeing some of that stuff coming online over these weeks as well.
We're gonna
really
test
focused
that.
testing. There's going to be surveys. There's going to be feedback requests. Participating in those will be. I mean, we are making like changes very quickly based on the data and the information that we're getting. We'll also be doing exploit and dupe hunting. So we've already these will be we'll have rewards for people who are the first person to provide like reproducible details. You just do /bug. You make a mark that it's an exploit, and you give us all the information. And we've been doing like the first 5, but really there's only been like 1 or 2 people who give us details usually. But we do want to do a little shout out to Gul'dan, who found a gathering spawn bug for us, and Smork, who found a boat buff exploit, and Dusty, who found a mob drop table exploit. We've given all of them a Shatter Claw mount, and if you are somebody who finds multiple things for us, there are other stuff that we'll provide for folks as well. So we are definitely wanting to find those things early rather than late, and please don't exploit them. Please just report them. We will reward you for reporting them to us. If you don't, you may get banned. So that is, pick your flavor. We've definitely been pretty adamant on that. And I know there's been conversation about gold and things like that. We've also been taking action on accounts on that front, and even people who are buying. So we are definitely involved in that process.
Yes,
so and keeping an eye out for those things.
Oh,
And we're working on tools to help us even get better and faster at them.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good.
For the Harbinger update, this is version 18. This will be what we'll be launching with for early access for Alpha 2. This is going to be December 11th. I know we had previously said November 18th was a date that we were trying to target for, but we are now going with December 11th, with this also accumulating with Steam and kind of giving us a little bit more time to really refine and polish, like Stephen had mentioned before. This comes with, like we've talked about, a full wipe. It comes with Lothari and Shoal realms returning. We may also have potentially some other realms, depending on how many folks we have. We will be monitoring realms to make sure that we are, providing a good service to you guys. And all Intrepid and Steam users will be able to play together. You won't be separated. And then the PTR will continue as needed whenever we need to bring that up. We've always said that, our goal is to try to keep things up as long as possible, but there are going to be times where we have to come down for maintenance or swap things or adjust things. And really right now we need your guys' help on PTR, making sure that this is going to be a good update for you guys to enjoy for the holiday weekend. So we can be rest assured that over the holiday or break, it's more than a weekend, it's like 2 weeks or whatever, the holiday break, that, we can be happy, you guys can be happy, we can all play together and have a great time over this holiday break in December, and just have a really, really good time. I know there's going to be people who are wondering, like, do I have to move to Steam? You do not have to. So if you are somebody who wants to just play the normal way, you can just play the way that you have been. If you're interested in playing through Steam, you can add it into your Steam library. You can add any game.
That's going to bring so many people, dude.
But the current plan is that is the current way to do it. But we are looking into ways that we can entitle some users who already have access, but that we'll give more information on that if we're able to do that. But right now it's either you purchase through Steam or you purchase through us, and you play through either of those means.
And we
Stephen,
are
you
going
want to talk a little bit
Oh, yes, go
more
ahead.
about why we're going into early access and kind of
Yeah.
give people like the why aspect of this?
Absolutely. So, you know, as we had talked about early on with regards to phase 3 and validating our gameplay systems, our gameplay loops, and expanding that audience to incorporate voices who perhaps not have been so involved with the development of the game, that is something that's very important. In addition, it is an expensive process to build this product. And
That's not good.
you know, we want to bring to market not just the opportunity for people to become involved, but also from a revenue generating perspective to expand potential development opportunities with outsourcing. And Steam is a great way to do that. They have an existing platform that is easily accessible by PC users that has you know, genre
No, they
specific
better
interest
not
and
do
demographics of people who are interested
cross-platform,
in
like,
in
ever.
the MMORPG space. And this is something that is an important next step.
It
kind
would
of
ruin the
evolution
game.
for the
Cross-platform's
product that we
ruined
own
every
and
game I've
have
ever
spoken
played.
about for the last year, with phase 3 being when
With this
we
type
would
of game, you would
expand
have to have like
that
people with
population. And it's
keyboards.
not just to
There's no
Steam that
way
we
you
are
can
actually
find that
intending
many
to
fucking
expand that
keys
population.
on the
We
controller.
are
I mean, I guess
also
you
going
could if
to
you
be
really wanted to,
inviting
but
all
it'd be
beta 1 and beta
chaotic.
2
I'd quit the game if they did
pre-order
cross-platform, by the
users
way.
to
Just telling y'all
participate
now.
starting December 11th as well.
No, it'd be amazing.
So if
because
you
PC
own
players
a
would just
beta
stomp the shit out of
package and you
console
have been
players.
waiting and watching on the
Are
we
sidelines
in
to
beta now?
participate,
No, but the
we are
problem
going to
is
be
they'll
inviting you
adapt the
guys to
game and
participate
make it
as
dumb.
well.
We're not in beta.
And it'll be
console
starting
players.
December
Yeah,
11th.
yeah, that's what I don't
That
want.
is correct. Yes.
That's what happened to New
So
World.
it's going to be a big important.
So it
step
sounds like
for
they're
us,
running
right?
out of money if
You
they're
know,
pushing out.
it's not going to be without pain.
I think they want to
Obviously,
capitalize on
every
the fact
step
that
of
there's
the
a ton
way
of
is
MMO
going to
players
be
looking for a new home.
like giving birth
if you
to a
go
child.
to any of like the major MMO
This is
subreddits
no.
right now,
No,
the
no.
top
As
posts
someone
are
who has
all,
given birth to a child,
people
Yeah,
want
but
to
people
review
like
games
Summit
that-
One, right?
Same.
They're not going to play it because it requires like a full guild and like grind. It's like it's you know,
no, I mean, you know,
it's like it would be like Tally. Like Tally could come play
we're aware
this.
of
Most
Steam, we're
MMOs
aware
aren't
that not
streamer
everybody's going to
friendly
understand.
Like,
what
I'll
a
probably
development
ask Tally if
environment
he
looks like,
is
what
gonna
an
play
alpha
this.
looks like, what our early access particularly is going to look like. We are obviously intimately aware with the opportunities
Just
there
the
can be for
amount.
Steam reviews
Imagine
to
the amount of
perhaps be
gold
negative
buyers
at some
coming
point.
in.
But every step of the way for this project,
Yeah,
for
I'm gonna
Ashes of
PM Tally
Creation
later
and
and
the
ask him
path
if he's
we've
gonna
chosen
play
to
the next
take, you
phase.
know, the open development process.
If he brings his
has been
WoW
a risk,
community,
right?
that'll
We've
be
had
huge.
people screaming from the rooftops since
it coming
I think the
2017
gold buying
and
is bad
every
now.
year
A
there
lot
since
of people
that we
are
would
gonna be
make
coming
progress
over.
to the
Whether
next
the
year,
game
that
is
we would
received
make
poorly
Every
progress
year
to
is
Alpha
progressing,
1,
man.
that
It's
we
not gonna
would
matter.
make progress to Alpha
Yeah.
2.
It's going to bring
And
so
the
many
reality
players that even
is,
if 90% of
the
them
reality
leave, it's going to
you
be
don't make progress
way more than
without
what we
pain.
started with.
And they're all going to buy gold.
Sure, there may be some initial negative reviews that we get, but
Oh,
what
they're all
it's
gonna
going
get
to
banned.
require
They're
of us
completely
as the
avoiding
development
everybody
team
asking about
and you
duping, by the
guys
way.
as our core
Like Vlad's
community,
asked
as our
about it like
golden
9
cohort
times. A
of
couple other
community,
people, I've
to
asked about it
invite
twice
those
now,
external
and they're just
users and
100%
to give
ignoring
them an
us.
opportunity to see the vision for what Ashes of Creation can be and to participate
All we want to
in the
know is the reward
conversation
for it.
about what should change
And they're like,
what type
nah.
of iteration might exist. This is going to be putting us on a center
You've got
stage to
nothing and you'll
perform,
like
which
it.
we will rise to the occasion to do. It could be a little bit bumpy at first, but it's important for us
Well, if
to
it's a decent
What's
reward, the
the-
guy said he
when
would
I
turn
look
it
at the
in.
negative commentary that we see, you know, about
Yeah,
our
the reward's
project
gonna be
from
you're gonna
external
get a
users
skin.
that who are not a part
Yeah, they're
of
not
our
going to turn in for
community,
that.
the two chief complaints that all of us see are
No,
it's
he
taking too
doesn't.
long and it costs
You
too
know what I
much
mean?
to join.
Like he's a
And
disgruntled
the
seller.
logical
If not a skin,
extension
what do you
of
want,
our
money?
last
He
year
probably
of
wants like a
development in
lifetime
Alpha
sub or
2
something, or like a
is
year
to
free
address
gameplay.
those two issues for people who
Like when the
might
game
be
releases.
interested in really what Ashes of Creation is trying to achieve,
So
which
I
is
reckon
that
people
dynamic
really be
world.
holding the
It's that
devs
world
hostage
that's not pay to win
Yeah.
centric. Like
Information.
Well,
so
he's a gold
many of
seller.
the other
He
great
sold gold by
games that are
hand. Like he would
riddled with
farm it like
that
Deimos, like
pervasive
farm stuff in game,
monetization
like Deimos
that
farmed, and then he would
really
just sell it for
destroys the
gold,
hopes that a lot of
like
us
money.
have as gamers in those games.
But then the Dupes
And to
Chapter
be,
and
you know,
those people
gamer-
were selling gold with
gamer-centric,
dupe gold, and he couldn't
focused on
compete
what
with
the
them
player is
anymore.
looking
So he's like a
to see
disgruntled
out of the next
seller
evolution of
who
the
got
genre.
pushed out of the market by
That, I think,
dupers.
is
Can I be a little
Yeah,
frank
sure.
about something
Go
too?
for it. Yes.
I think, you know, a lot of
You
people
can't
say,
keep
well,
up with
it's not
duping.
fair if you lower the price for
No,
new
you
people. And I think like there's a lot of cool stuff that you guys get in your packages. And on top of that, it does cost us money to keep realms up, servers
yeah,
up.
absolutely.
There's a lot of cost that comes to those things. And
Hold on, listen.
Disgruntled
Listen.
like thoughtful
seller.
of that because keeping your
Oh, this
your
is so
servers up
funny.
and your realms up for you know a whole year is a
off.
lot of money.
For sure.
And I don't think people are as conscious of that element of things. You've had, you know, some of
Well,
you multiple years of content. So
and not
Bro,
only
just
that,
say
but
you
Yeah,
need money.
over
so,
the last
And
year,
you
yeah,
saw
as-
that New
as
World
it
died.
was
they
just
didn't just say
becoming
they need
so
money
very
ASAP.
important to us to
Yeah, they need money, and
have,
New World
in
died,
my
and they saw
opinion,
money.
an industry defining
There's a difference. New World has
refund
infinite
policy,
cash.
which is like, hey, look,
They need
we
players.
knew for this
90
last year.
days.
I
That's
know.
insane.
Yeah, New World
That's
was.
insane. 90
Let's
days
just-
is
Oof.
insane policy.
I know.
Yeah,
Let's
New
think
World's
about that for a
banked by
second.
the
So
one
this
of the
last
richest
The thing
year,
is,
companies in
New
the
we know
World,
world.
even
that
before
alpha
their
is not
last
for
update,
everybody.
was
That
maintaining
this was
about
a true
8K,
alpha. That
and that's
people
way,
who
way more
might
than we
see the
have.
visuals of the game and
Yeah, 8K is a dead
imagine
game.
one
Like,
thing
New
and then
World
get
in
into
its
the
dead
game and see
state
the
was about
performance isn't
8,000
what they
players.
expected, or that bugs
Active
exist, and
daily.
then
Yeah,
they say, this
no,
isn't my
yeah,
cup of
that's a
tea. I'm
dead
not a
game.
tester.
If
I want
you're
a
like
refund.
10K,
We honored
you're
90
playing
day
a dead
refund
game.
policies, no questions asked about time played. You could have played that entire 90 days, and we have honored that. Now we will be changing that as of this announcement today. We will be adopting the Steam standard refund policy, which Margaret and the
Oof.
community team will be updating on our KBA and
I
refund
wonder if
policy
that
website.
affects previous
But
buys.
it's important to note that, like, it is, as Margaret was saying, it is expensive, obviously, to
And that will
run.
be for purchases starting today.
That's
So
right.
just
Yes.
November 14th.
Okay,
So if
thank you,
purchase
Margaret.
from
She
this
can literally
date and moving
brain
forward, we will
read
still
me or
honor the
something.
90 day for
ESP.
previous.
Yes.
So,
But this is a big step for us, right? This is us now moving into the vision of people who are less about active development and more about something that's at a phase where they can get in and play a bit, get an understanding for what the game is trying to be in this early access alpha format, and then provide their feedback. And the feedback could be negative, and that's okay. We're going to work our way through that. But this is the logical extension of us continuing to progress.
all right. Oh, I just knew you were going to stop so abruptly there.
Oh, sorry.
To go into more detail about some of the things that Stephen had mentioned.
So abruptly.
Wish list is live now. I know there's been people
Trading
posting the
card
link.
game
If someone
thing.
from our
Who
actual
knows?
staff can post the link so it can stay in there, you can go check it out. It is, search Ashes of Creation. You can find us. Wish listing
Steam is cool.
supports us greatly. So if you can, we would love for you to just click that little
It'd
wish
make it
list.
easy to make
And
money.
If you'd like, you
I
can also
mean,
follow us. It'll give
real
you
money though.
make sure
It's
that
the only
you are
platform
informed about news and updates that we share along the way. We will be sharing there as we do in all of our other platforms. So when we post news posts, we'll post it there too. So we'll be giving equal love like we do all our social platforms too. Early access and like what this means for our shop and our pricing. There's a lot of details here. So this will be written down too for your ease. But starting December 11th, the early access bundle, we're going to have an early access bundle that will be available for $49.99. That will be available on Steam as well as the Ashes of Creation shop. So it will be available to both. This will include Alpha 2, Beta 1, Beta 2, Beta. It'll also include 1 month of game time and the PTR access, as well as a non-exclusive cosmetic cloak. That cloak is going to be available to everybody. So if you are already an Alpha 2 tester, you will automatically get that cloak as well. You're grandfathered into that cloak. This is for the new people, but all of you old folks who have been joining us and been part of it, you are also going to just automatically get that cloak.
Yes.
A special note to our Steam users, there will be harmonized pricing. Steam kind of has that built in. That is something we've been asked, or it's like regionalized pricing that is built into their system. So for you guys, I think this is going to be very helpful. And we hope that I hope it does help you. From December 11th through 25th, we will be running a sale for 15% off. That means it will be $42.49 for those of you who can't maths. But of course, tax, plays a play in there, but just kind of letting you guys know that that's coming up. We will also have some cosmetic items that will be rotated in. These are going to be independent, individual items. They don't require a bundle purchase or anything like that. So I know that some of you guys want some extra cosmetics that you can put on things. Again, these are cosmetics, no power. You have to have an item to be able to put the thing on it. So just being conscious of those things. And then the third wave bundle will be removed, of course, in replace of for this early access bundle on that date.
And then
But we will be leaving the early access bundle up.
Just paid 100.
The third wave bundle up for now for people who are still like, instant gratification, want to get in as well.
We also, I believe, have a special gift for.
There's a bunch of extra
Go
stuff.
ahead.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
my
get to
bad.
that too. That's on my
bad,
next
my
list. So beyond that,
Marcus,
I'll
like,
skip
shut
ahead
up.
to that. So we will also be doing for all current Alpha 2 testers, you will be getting the cloak. And then we will also, for any tester who reaches level 25 during the early access period, we are going to be getting you a Autumn Guardian mount cosmetic. So if you've seen the garden
What does it say? It's $40
kind of
for
this
the
tree
game on
mount.
Steam?
There's going to be an autumn version of that you will get.
I
And
don't know.
then
I mean, that's
on
50.
top of that,
That's
I think they
all
spend
of
way
our
too much time
users who
building these skins
previously
and
purchased
not
from
enough on
December
performance.
11th before or played before December 11th.
So just to be clear, I'm sorry, just to be clear,
played.
just to be clear, because I see a few people saying, darn, I got to 23. This is the amount that Margaret is
Starting
talking
December
about
11th.
is starting December 11th.
Wouldn't
until
be
the
surprised
end
if some of the
early
skins are
access, which will be at
affecting a
game
performance.
launch. If you reach level 25, you
Okay,
will
so
be
no more
entitled
wipes,
to that
right?
mount.
Yes.
Like,
yeah,
they just confirmed no
until
more
the
wipes?
until the next
Yeah,
wave.
making that
No
more
worries.
clear.
no.
It's,
They
Well,
it's
he
from,
just said
if
early
you play from
access
December
until
11th to
game
the end of
launch,
early access,
so
you get the
if this is
and,
early
and
access,
achieve level
Gone?
25.
Is beta now early
And then the other one
I don't
is
know. He
if
said
And is
you
this
have
them
played
entering us into
before.
beta?
So
I
before
hope not.
December 11th, if you play, gotta get
This
in
is
game, you
so-
gotta
Margaret
play.
said in the beginning of
You
the
have to have
stream,
you have to have at least one
pretty
character
much
created on
stated
your
that they were
account
gonna
before
wipe.
December 11th.
And played.
I mean, you can go back and
Time
watch it.
played.
That's what I gathered
No, wait,
out of
You
what
we
will
she
know
be
we're
said.
receiving the following
Oh,
titles:
okay.
the Cultist of the
That's not what I'm
Eternal
saying.
Fire,
After it goes,
and
okay.
Knight
said
of the
beta.
White Flame. And depending on which
Gotcha.
title you put on, this will
is this
affect your
them just,
die
like, skipping us
appearances.
into
So if you
beta?
wear the Cultist one, your
Early
die
access? What-
appearances
'cause what
on
is
your
early
cloak will be
access?
black and red.
Yeah, I don't. Is that
If you wear
money?
the White
I
Flame
mean,
one,
early access
you'll
could
get
be
white and
alpha or
gold.
beta.
So if you're a cultist
I
or a
don't
white
see it as
knight,
a, like.
If
I thought I
you're a
see
cultist or a
early
white
access
knight
is
title,
almost like a
you
marketable
get that
product.
die applied
Yeah.
to your
Something
cloak.
ready.
No, it's
to
the fact
market
that they
nearly.
put early
That was a little bit
access
tongue in
on
cheek. I thought you
Steam.
guys might
That's
get
the
that.
issue right now.
He was
Is
having a little
like
fun with it.
you can't say it's
and
still
then I
an
just want to make
alpha
sure I
and do
cover the
that.
other stuff.
That
Yeah.
makes no
We
sense.
covered
that's
who
kinda
gets
what
early
I meant.
access. So it's
Beta,
all
like
Alpha
keys,
1, Beta 2, Beta
access to
1,
early
and Beta
access
2 folks starting
is,
on December 11th.
is a
Um,
wild card because
And then we
it's,
talked about
it's
the refund
basically alpha games
policy.
being released into
And
Steam's early
bin
access,
specs
so
are the
it doesn't
same. We
really
have those
matter.
listed on our site for folks, but we implore you to make sure that you're checking that, making sure that you have the right specs. And yeah, I think that covers
Steam doesn't have
everything. And of
alpha
course,
and beta
you
testing.
know,
Oh, that's
community has
that's
been a
that's
central
fair. That's fair.
involvement for Ashes of Creation.
That's
You know, throughout our
Steam's
development,
distinction.
we have been gathering
Anyways.
feedback. We have been working
So-
with you guys. We've
so
been
is
doing
that a
play tests
wipe
and
on December
structured
11th?
and
Is that what they're
chaotic
doing?
runs.
Yeah, full
you know,
wipe.
Wipe on
our
the
front.
first new
It has
server
been a
on the
massive
11th.
aspect
Yeah, full
of
wipe.
our development process. I have never worked in
Wipe on
open
the
development
first.
before. It is
Yes. Yep.
definitely a different beast within its own. And, you know, I think we talked a little bit about the trials and tribulations of that.
All
and
the
it is-
casuals
the beauty
crying
of
about
it
what?
is that we
I
we
don't want to
have
read
you guys
leather.
to talk to. We can, you know, hop in and play test and check things out and try things out. And I think that has been an amazing
Bubbling's
aspect
the
of it.
easiest
The
part.
hard part
Yeah,
is
I
the
know.
patience. And we
You
know
know what
not
the hardest
everybody
part
is
is.
interested in that journey. And
Yeah,
so we
the
implore
fishing.
you, if you're not
Ugh.
interested, come back
The
to us
fucking
later.
fishing.
We'll
Hell
figure
yeah.
it out
God
for
damn
your
it.
tops when we launch it.
I'll be
We've
fucking
got
begging
a
Draco
very
Bringer
big
for advice.
marketing plan for that. But
Lord
in the
Draco
meantime,
Bringer.
we would love for
Tell me
folks
the
who are
way of the
interested in
fish.
joining us to hop in. If you haven't already, please go wish list.
No,
It
Tango.
would be
This is
a
your
big deal
moment,
for
dude.
us.
This could be your
If you can click
phase
that little
with
wish
this
list button,
massive influx
share it
of
with
new
your
players
friends,
that
give them
won't know the
to-
value
we'll
of
notify you guys
materials.
all on
I
December
think this
11th.
is like
when
Cry's
it's
moment.
Dude, people that
available, and we'll
played
definitely be shouting
longer
your
than I
thoughts on that
have
front.
didn't know the price of
And
materials.
we'll let you know as the sales get
Straight up buy
closer to
Lego
the end as
for, like,
well,
1 or
so
2
that you
silver.
can pick that up.
Yeah.
when
It's going to be like
it
what he
wraps
did
up.
last phase,
Those
just
who have
amplified.
friends
There's going to
or
be
new
even
folks
more
who
people
wanna try.
unfamiliar with the game.
Yep.
Totally
There is
unfamiliar.
something that
Desperate
I
to get the
wanna-
one
I know
thing that they
it is
do
a
know
lot,
from
and-
game to
and I
game.
will
Gold.
say that
He's just
All right,
you
what's
know,
he about
we
to
are
say?
human beings. We are, of course, nervous with you guys about this. It is a
Human.
big move for us. It is a big progression of our project and our development, and for our team. You know, there's a lot of bittersweet nerves about this. Right, we're working hard, but
Working
we
hard.
believe that this is a very important step for the project, and we believe that it is a very important step to validate the designs and the progress that we're making from a development standpoint. Towards launch, obviously. Now, there is one thing I want to talk about, and you know, I beat this drum a little bit in the past, and right now we have about 3,000 people, as I said, watching, and obviously, you know, this will expand out to probably 40 or 50,000 or so of you who are participating right now actively.
40 or
You know,
50,000.
weekly
What?
active users so far in the PTR. And
This
in
guy's
the,
hoping
in the Alpha 2
so
environment.
hard.
That includes alts, right?
We're going to be
I don't
seeing a
think
lot
so,
of new
bro.
faces. and
with
and
3,000
there is a
players, if everyone
lot
had an alt,
that
that's only 6,000,
is
not 40,
communicated to those new
50,000.
faces within the first
Even
hour
if you had
of being a
multiple
part of a
alts, you still
community.
wouldn't get 40,
And that
50,000.
Yeah, I need to see
community
this
can be seen
data,
either
like server
in
data.
global chat
I don't
when they
believe
join
those
the game.
numbers.
It can be
Look at
seen
Nice
in
Gaming.
Discord if they join the
Even he's like,
Discord, or
what?
on forums, or watching here on,
Yeah,
watching
7,000 is
this on
more
YouTube
like
or
it.
watching this on Twitch. And you guys have a considerable leg up on those new faces from just a game knowledge standpoint, from access to the wiki and all the
Yes, we
sites.
do.
Yeah, this is what
Yes, we
Shekels
do.
was
having
talking
run
about.
through portions
break
of the
their arms
content
off,
that
beat 'em
exists
over the
already
head with
within
it.
the game, and understanding the class compositions, and there is a
Fucking
I'll
hungry,
just say
bro.
there's a considerable leg up.
That think they're going to be able to charge
And now
into
you
groups of
can
people.
use that knowledge to help be a steward
fucking
of the
stomp
community
their
and
guts in.
invite people in and help people and give them information and make them
No.
feel invited to this
Kick you in the head.
MMORPG.
Gotta
Or
rip off
you
your
can
head
do
and
the
crap
opposite of
down
that.
your neck.
And the choice is really, in your hand. You can be the dark side or the light side. And to be fair, those are personas that, people enjoy at different times. But I would implore you to be inviting to new users, to be inviting to new people who may not understand.
Answer questions, help them.
Absolutely.
Don't be a jerk.
It is, look, at the end of the day, population is a key component of what makes MMORPGs fun. And your game being good is the primary attractor to population.
Yeah.
But in addition to that, in concert to that,
Okay, money.
a welcoming community,
that's kind
and a
of
good
what Jacob
community,
was saying
and a helpful community
today.
is that much better.
When we were in the
So
chat, he was saying
help
that they
be
need
partners with
testers.
us in this.
Talk
Right, as
people
Martin is
into
saying,
not
help us go
leaving
wish lists
because we
on
need
Steam.
the testers.
Help
I mean,
us
that's
content creators
his
make
words.
some hoopla about what's coming in December. We're very excited about it. We believe it's going to be a very fun time for people, and it's going to give us a lot of good information.
They just
But
don't have
you,
enough
as
people to run the
individuals in
tests
the
that they wanna
community,
run
help
yet.
us invite others in. Help us invite the stranger to this community, and let them know what we're about and what we're trying to achieve, and help them see the vision. Because that vision is ultimately why we are all here. And bringing it to life is what's most important to the people on this team and the people who are watching.
All right. Let's switch over to Q&A. I guess we can kind of keep it here though, so we don't really need to change too much. First, foremost, people are asking about referrals. You can have referrals whether you're a Steam user or not. The referral program will still affect. We lose out on money, but that's okay. We're welcoming to referrals. So
people in chat are so mad.
Whether you make a Steam account or an Intrepid account, and either way you play, it just affects us as a company. Realms, I mentioned this already, but we are bringing back Lotharia and Shoal Realms with wipes on December 11th, but I'm going to reiterate that. If we need more realms, we will bring those online as needed. We monitor the realms, we monitor them all the time, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. From Vladis, they want to know, can we get confirmation if the dupes were fixed or will they be fixed? And I believe
if you submit a dupe, I believe you get information back on that. Is that right?
I am uncertain of how
we will check with that.
currently.
We will check with that.
But
that
we do
QA.
post in our update notes when things are resolved. So
they don't even know. They don't even know the reward for the dupe turn in.
777 wants to know what's being done to prevent future wipes. I don't think anyone disagrees we need wipes now, but there has to be something to do to reduce them going forward.
Yeah. So as we have always said, wipes will happen when we need them to. And that is also
every 3 months.
Present on the Steam early access page. It is something we are upfront about. Ultimately, I think you guys can deduce that most of our wipes that we've had to do are related to the economy changes. That's really where we need to see proper progression in order to test and validate the changes that we've made on the economy side of things. And that's in part one of the main reasons for this upcoming wipe in December, outside of the fact that we are adding an additional amount of users. So
I guess that's
in that regard, every iteration we make on the economy reduces the risk of a wipe going forward. But I can't really make a promise that we're not going to make a wipe in the future, depending on what needs to change, right? So that's why we're upfront about that fact.
Yeah, and even in the state of alpha section of the early access, we're being very clear that, you will expect wipes. We're saying that here, with this and with our FAQ, that's like, we're trying to make that as clear as possible. We've said that in the past. If we need them, we will use them. We're definitely trying not to as much as possible.
Yep.
Ooh, now we're being
And one other
talked
thing
down
I saw
to.
a question, does the Steam access provide access to PTR as well? And the answer is yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mentioned that already.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah. Folks are wondering what happened to beta 1 and beta 2. Are those phases of early access? They will be phases of early access, but they will be phases. So we will transition into them, but they are a part of early access. If you purchase the early access bundle, you are a part of that. You're getting access to beta 1 and beta 2 as well.
To Vera.
Yep.
And then the next one here is from Gerald17. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Are the other archetypes going to be touched up and balanced? Fighter needs some love, I feel. I believe there is some balance testing happening. Let me go see what day that's supposed to come to you guys.
Yes, there is some balance testing that's happening. There's also some economy soak testing that's going to be happening over weekends on PTR over the next 4 weeks. And I know that we'll be
as
getting
early
economy
as next
testing.
week, there will be some updates to class kits or archetype kits and balance. So I don't have all the details.
So many of these questions are terrible.
There's stuff coming.
They're all about like
yes.
abilities.
Nebula wants to know, after a duel finishes, will the duelers be healed back up? I don't
they
think
should
they
be.
currently are, but they probably should be.
Oh, let me actually think about it. I don't know that they should actually be. That's a good question. I don't think that they should be. I'm sorry. And the reason why is that could be a backdoor exploit
way to,
for
like,
certain
heal or
situations.
something.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People exploit, man. We always have to think of that. Are you going to make crafting cheaper? Right now, it's insanely expensive to craft the entry-level weapons, and it does not chime with the funding available to low-level characters.
So I do want to say that the introductory experience is getting a lot of TLC over the next 4 weeks that you'll be testing on PTR. TLC being tender love and care, for those of you who aren't native English speakers. And that a lot of the pricing components and crafting costs are being rejiggered. It is important to note that this is the philosophy. So this is the core philosophy of gear acquisition in the game.
What's up, say? Are the current crafting value in terms of cost of materials overall materials needed for high-end crafting intended?
Right? Grading being level 1 through 10, 10 through 20, 20 through 30. Within that grade, you have low, medium, and high types of gear. The low types of gear should be easily accessible, either from drops or from quests or from crafting that you'll get access to. The medium and high types of gear within that grade are centrally focused around crafting and or boss drops or raid boss drops. So you should have easier accessibility in these new revisions that we're doing on the econ side with regards to low tier gear within grades.
Low tier was already easy accessible.
The medium or higher tier within those grades, you're going to craft, acquire the materials necessary, or defeat the bosses and the content that's necessary. That is the concept that we are trying to elicit out of our testing with
there you go, boys.
Changes. So that's incoming. That should be actually presently available.
All right. And then the next one here that I want to get ahead of, where was it? Will people with Kickstarter packs that give beta keys get those keys prior to December 11th when beta gives access to testing? No. So those beta keys will come to you when we start the beta phase. So technically there will still be a beta 1 and a beta 2 phase. We are just we're bringing you all into the early access element of it.
We already answered this.
But your beta additional beta keys, those will come late. You'll get those. We're still figuring out whether that'll be through your dashboard or through email. I think we'll probably definitely do dashboard is what I'm leaning towards, so that they don't get lost in people's emails.
Yeah.
But we'll give you your keys so that you can hand those out.
Gear drop fixed. They're not broken.
But
Get outta
if
here.
you are an Alpha
You just
1,
answered it,
Alpha
literally.
2, Beta 1, Beta 2,
Low
if
tier,
you've purchased any of those,
easy to
you will
acquire.
get access on
Higher
December
tier,
11th.
harder to acquire.
Yeah, right now there's about
Mostly
150,
crafted.
a little over 150,000
Boss
people
drops.
who have access and who have logged in at some point throughout the Alpha 2. Right, we've seen significant spurts of daily active users at the launches of Phase 1 and Phase 2 and 2.5 and 3, and then that dwindles as we approach, different types of wipes and new phases. With the beta users, people who just have access to Beta 1 and Beta 2, we are grandfathering you in to have access to the early access, which starts December 11th, and will be commingled with the Steam users who purchase through Steam, and we'll all be on the same servers. And that's about another 30,000 or so, a little under 30,000 or so people who have just access to the betas that we will be also inviting to participate in the Alpha Early Access experience.
And then we've got a couple more questions that we'll grab. Otherwise, we'll be here all day. We've got some things we got to do on our end. Both Stephen and I are busy people too. Raging Nader wants to know, when is optimization for video cards coming through?
Yeah, this.
That is happening right now. It is something that's been happening over the last, obviously it always happens, but we have taken a concerted focus on the engineering and tech art side over the course of the last few weeks, and over the next 4 weeks, we hope to get that in a very good spot.
And then Gwell wants to know, will the anvils be getting any updates before early access?
Yes, there is a micro POI team that's
Hopefully
focused
they add
right
quests
now
to
on
anvils.
introducing additional lower level types of points of interest. In addition, we are updating our in-world quest indications, and we are helping some of the breadcrumbing out of Mount Dune as part of a focus for the next 4 weeks. That's stuff that you'll be able to test on the PTR as well.
And then folks are wondering, what regions are available on Steam? Will more regions be given access? So we are not blocking anybody. Anybody can be part of the access.
Yeah,
we are not going to have realms for specific regions yet.
Quest for the
we're
Underworld.
focused on US and EU.
Oh, no way.
But we may open that up at a later date. Just right now for
I was trying to
Alpha
get
2
in
phase,
there, but
those
I
are
couldn't
the
phase myself through the fucking door.
This actually in the
You
Underworld's
try with
in?
wait, did you try with the rogue demos?
Anybody
Shadow
can
step through the
join from
walls?
any region unless you're
I was able to flourish somewhat into the mountain.
Yeah,
but
nah,
I
use
couldn't
rogue.
go any further.
Yeah, use
and then
And
this
that's
is
like what,
the
the
last
gate
one we'll
to the
grab.
Underworld is what you're
Otherwise, we'll be
saying?
here all day. I think we're already at probably
It's easy to see. It's like
2 hour
the
mark, 3 hour
southern
mark. I don't
part.
know where we
I
are
saw
now.
the event circle, and then when I
But
got
Seb
closer,
Records
the
wants to
event
know,
came
is the
up, and
project still
then
financed to
the
completion,
title
Steven?
above the screen that
Yes.
said
Hefty
something
one.
Underworld, and I was like, oh, so
Yes,
this
we
is
are.
part of the Underworld
I mean,
access.
it's not a hefty one,
Potentially,
right?
it's a
Because
POI, so.
It's a hefty one for
But
you.
there's like
You
level
are-
30
It's probably
fighters
it's
in
probably
there.
a touch teleport, just like
it has been a
the
hefty 10 years.
fourth fork
But I will say
and
this,
south
that
Gundart.
regardless of the fact that our
Yeah,
You
they're
probably have to
working on
touch
stuff,
something and
it's
teleport
just-
there.
which I think is evident over the fact that we have been
just
here
ain't
for the
ready
last
yet.
10 years. And we have a nearly 200, a little over 250
But
person
if you're trying to
development team
glitch
in San
through
Diego.
terrain, use rogue.
I
It's
think that's a
easiest class to do it on.
to the funding, obviously, that the project has. But ultimately, we're a company and we are selling a product. And that product is player centric. It is player focused. We are here because we are players who want to build a product for ourselves and for you. And that does mean that products get nurtured by revenue. It is important for us. And if you don't understand the concept of what revenue brings to a product, that's okay. Not everybody is business minded to that sense, but more revenue for us means the opportunity to continue outsourcing faster, potentially to expand.
Oh, you get a
our
warning for
post-launch
circles.
updates, to incorporate
guild
additional,
recruitment link.
Yeah, you got to
additional
remove the
elements and
dot.
features to the game that we would want to do post-launch as well.
Discord.gg, remove the
our
dot.
server environments is
All I'm
significant,
hearing is
right?
they want to wipe faster.
So, we are a company at the end of the day. I don't know of any other project in the world or in the gaming sphere of this magnitude that has been built on
Ahmad
the back
deleted
of
my
one person's
message.
shoulders. And it requires, if you
They
believe
finally
in what we're
deleted
trying
it.
to achieve and you believe in the vision, it requires
Hell yeah.
adoption by a community, and a community that's large. Steam obviously provides us that opportunity. And so this is a big day for us. This is a big moment for us, not just because it takes us to the next step of inviting perhaps less engaged users and incorporating their feedback and participation within the development process. But it takes us one step closer to launch. We are now on a road within the next year where we anticipate making significant progress towards that launch date. And, you know, we're not prepared necessarily to announce when that might be quite yet, but we are making significant strides. Having 250 developers on the team is a significant overhead. And it is something that means that our progress needs to match that overhead. And that's something that we are taking very seriously.
Yep, we made it to the end. So thank you all. Like we said, today was going to be a big one. There were a lot of moving pieces, so we appreciate you guys being with us through this and giving us a little grace in the time frame and understanding of, you know, the timeline that we're going for and the things that we've had to shift it.
Yeah, I mean,
we're going to continue to say things may move, development may shift. Our focus is to provide you guys what we can, the best experience we can through what we can do, but we also want you to be conscious that this is an alpha. We are, you know, in an alpha state, but we're going to be hunkering down and really trying to make sure this is a good.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much everything we'd already talked about except the Steam release.
Been joining us, or if you haven't yet and you're like, oh man, I love what you guys are trying to achieve, come join us, come be part of the PTR. We're going to be, every day we've been hopping in game, doing all kinds of different tests and things like that. Some of you guys have been engaging with developers, QA, producers, devs on a daily in the game. We've definitely been in there trying to make sure that we're getting, and we're gathering a lot of data, performance data, and just really working towards making changes on a daily basis and updates. So we appreciate you guys for joining us. If you haven't yet, and if you want to support us, definitely click that wish list button. Also click the follow button. Those things are big for us over on the Steam landing page. They will help us greatly on the Steam front. So if you can, please do that. Ask your friends and help us out. Of course, we want to give you guys all a thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here for this entire stream. This is a lot. We hope that you will join us in all of the places. We are, you know, Ashes of Creation, all of the places, including TikTok now. So come and be a part of that.
No dancing on TikTok.
We're going to get Steven to dance now.
No, they voted no. They voted
he's made his bed. We're going to have Peter and Kyle go over there and record you. It's going to happen.
Dance, my puppet.
And of course, we want to thank some of our developers who helped us today. Thank you, Bill, Jim, Natalie, Trad, Adam, Noah, and of course, Kyle behind the scenes for helping us create this wonderful live stream and give you guys a little insight.
Yeah, so I mean, that was too many pre-recorded videos. They could have just skipped to the talking part. Everybody who played PTR pretty much knew everything on the pre-recorded.
You know, we really care a lot about what we're building here, and we hope that you guys see that. And what
I don't know. I thought they were going to talk more about other stuff they added, but they didn't.
If you want to help amplify and you know, give us some extra love.
People aren't playing PTR.
They're pretty much just like, oh, Steam. Like they, I don't know. They even said they were going to talk about fishing and shit. They didn't talk about it.
Yeah, I was expecting level cap and all that type of
stuff. I you know, oh, by the way, we changed mana costs, we did all this. I don't know if you guys read the patch notes. Like, I expected them to talk a lot more.
Excited to watch the community grow and see the response and the engagement. It's always going to be, you know, nervous, but also a lot of fun.
4 weeks, so they don't want to go
happy to have you guys along the way.
That's the other thing is a lot of these changes might not make it to live.
At the studio and on the development,
like the HP stuff and all that. A lot of people are like, it's stupid.
And that dream is to see
a lot of people aren't agreeing with it in the feedback.
Ever.
We've been playing the director's group too. We've been.
I know.
I think it's just a way to, you know, distract people who actually play the game, give them something to do while they're waiting until December.
We are in it with you guys. We see where there's rough points. We're trying to fix those as well. And yeah. Thank you for joining us. I can't wait to see. I want to go like read all the comments on the trailer. I hope you guys like it. We worked really hard on that.
Yes.
No, not yet.
So, all right. Bye.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty. Steam announcement's gonna bring a lot of people. That's pretty cool. But everything else,
it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit, baby.
That's like the only new information we got from the entire stream. That's kind of fucking yikes.
Yeah, we're getting wiped, and there's a Steam partnership.
No, we already knew the wipe was happening.
I mean, we knew
Well,
this
yeah,
game was
just now
coming
we
to
have a date.
Steam. We knew this game was coming to Steam. It's
I
just
guess
that's
Steam is
confirming-
massive. I
but-
mean, that alone is big enough news. But
early access is a stretch, but you know,
I think that's just because Steam, like someone said earlier, Steam doesn't have a distinction alpha, beta, whatever. They have
Yeah.
either the game is a full
Right.
release or it's early access. So
Right.
I do agree, like in that regard. I don't think they're switching it up. Someone asked Steven about it. He said it's still going to be phase 1 and 2 of beta, like they planned. So
yeah.
Well, I
I
mean,
don't think it's bad news.
that's
I
like
don't
New World. When New World came out, when it was under NDA, even on Steam, it was an alpha.
The one thing that does make me nervous is the multiple servers potentially. Like, that's like a little.
what
Yeah,
I'm
they
really
should have
hoping
done
is that
Mega
they can
Server
expand
again.
the player cap. If they can get the player cap even higher, like 20K,
Well, did you hear what he said? They had.
then we'd be in.
What did he say? 50, 70,000 or something? 60s?
What?
He said something like, yeah, we had like some
He said
insane
40 to
popular.
50,000.
Yeah, it was some
Holy
insane
shit.
number, dude. He
That's
was
what he said.
active players. It was like, yeah, 50 something thousand or something.
Well,
We're
he
not-
At one
40,
point,
50.
did we ever have 40,000 active?
he changed.
Bro, ask
He
Steven.
changed it.
To
He
what?
changed it later and said 30 to 40 over the course of the entire alpha. But he did say it initially like we had 30,000 active current, and that's not true at all.
Yeah, he made it seem like there was like 40, 50,000. I was like, dude, no, there's
Bro,
like not
we're
even
gonna get an influx
1,000
of
people
players
playing right now.
after December 11th for maybe like 2-3 months.
Nah,
And
not
it's-
even that
People
long.
are gonna. Yeah, you're
2
right,
to 3
maybe not
month
even that
players
big
is
for,
probably like maybe 400 people, if that.
dude, people might only last like 3 weeks before
Depends
they
on the
eventually
state of the
dip out,
game.
because they
I
really
mean,
understand endgame loops.
If people find a gameplay loop they enjoy and it's in a decent enough state, then it'll probably do well. Even if the game is poorly received, if the game picks up 80,000 players and 80% of those leave, we're still left with a lot more players than we ever had in the first place.
Right. And that might be why they're not going to merge it. Like, they can barely support what we currently have. Like, if we get, like the other night when we were doing that big siege before the servers went, or big scrims before the server went down, it was laggy standing there watching like 80, 40 v40s.
I really hope the fucking dynamic gridding is not as laggy as it is on PTR right now, because holy fuck, dude.
Yeah, that to me is the biggest issue, and they keep adding new systems on top of the already broken system.
The whole point
Disable
of a
it. Maybe
slow
they'll
alpha.
just try to launch without it and enable it later on.
Well, I thought they wanted to catch all these issues by introducing systems slowly, so they can work on issues as they come up, and not just introduce system, and then like try and work through multiple systems
Yeah,
instead of like single systems.
overlapping issues on top of each other.
It's gonna make it. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
I just think that this is this is kind of surprising to me, because honestly, I thought they were gonna give it more time to like really work shit. Yeah, honestly, I think it's really dumb.
I feel like
why would
it's a
you
bit of
think
a
I mean, I agree with Milk. I was hoping they would take more time.
You should have delayed this phase by at least 2 to 3 more months. I think that would have given them
And not
enough
be able
time
to
work out
capitalize on
any-
holiday hype.
Yeah, but that's where we are right now, though.
I mean,
That's
did you not just hear Steven?
Yeah.
They're fully financed until release. He's like,
Yeah,
I have
they
enough
just
money to.
wanna get more
He's like,
funding
I
so
have
they can
money. I'm not
expedite waves
broke. He
faster.
literally just said that. He just flexed on everyone. He's like, I'm not poor. Fuck you guys. Like, I have. The project is fully financed until release. He literally just said that.
Yeah, you laughed about it.
Yeah, he literally just made fun of everybody. Like, oh, you're broke. You need money now. Is that why Steam released? And that was his response.
Doesn't mean he doesn't want to make money or get a return.
Yeah.
No, and he specifically said that he wants extra funding from this to expedite the progress of the game development. But
Exactly.
at the same time, like,
Let's be
I
fair.
don't know,
They're
bro.
gonna have 5 weeks of real head
like is the
knocking
bottleneck
progression.
funding to get these systems out faster, or is the bottleneck testers to test these systems? Like, what is the bottleneck?
Mostly testers.
It's mostly
playing.
Yeah, the amount of testers in
Yeah,
the
but
game.
according to him, the extra funding is gonna, like, how does that bring in?
Because
Well, they
he's.
want
I guess by
more
reducing the
players in
price, you
general.
get more players.
They
Well-
want more players in general. For
It's not gonna be
Steam
quality
opens
players.
you up to way more players than
Yeah.
we ever had in the first place. Like
Yeah.
by a long shot.
And if you heard, what did he say? 200, 250 devs or something team now?
250.
Yeah, so I mean that's huge. And now
Need more
the
money.
It's the monkeys and typewriters with the testers. They could hire dedicated testers that they could
Yeah.
pay and it would cost them a fortune, or they can just outsource it and eventually the monkeys with typewriters will find.
Well, they have they have Zergs like
I mean, that's
Polar to
basically
do
what they're
that
doing,
for them.
reducing keys to $50 a piece. You have people that can just instead of paying them like fucking even minimum wage, bro, like per hour, like
Yeah.
anyone that plays 2.5 hours is like a good ROI for them.
So
Yeah, but
wait a
Even if
second.
they're
my
Are
good
they
fun.
selling
guess
this
my
key
question
on
is-
Steam with people knowing that they're going to have to pay a sub later?
Well, they
that's
said that
gonna
they'd
be
give them a month of free shit to get early
I wonder if a
access.
lot of people are going to be confused about that, think that they're buying a full game, and that because they're going to be
Probably,
paying
dude.
close to a
People
box
don't read
price,
half
right?
the
They're going to
fucking
be paying
time.
what they're assuming is box price.
Yeah, people don't fucking read half the time. It's not gonna be like New World where you just buy in and that's it.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, we've
knows
still
all
got
that
like
stuff,
3 years of development until full release, so we're probably fine.
3, come on, dude.
That's. I mean, did you hear what he just said? He's like, within the year, we're gonna be really close, guys.
Dude, it's not gonna be
No,
3
they're
years.
not.
They're gonna. This
Sorry.
game's gonna be released in 2 years. I'm telling you.
I don't think so.
There's no reason to push this. There's no reason to push this at this point if they don't. Like it makes.
There's not enough game loops even. What are you talking about? What's the game?
There's
What?
no reason to. There's.
what-
It doesn't matter what is actuality. It matters what like they would
I mean,
not
they
push
are
early
adding-
access for 5 years or 3 or 4 years. Like there's no fucking way.
Star Citizen has something to say about that.
Yeah. 12?
Dude,
What
I'm
are they
telling
at?
you,
12
man.
now?
I mean, listen. People didn't. There were a lot of people who didn't think there was gonna be a wipe, and here it is. So.
Yeah.
No, what are you talking about? I've been saying it for like over 3 weeks now. There's gonna be a wipe.
You said there wasn't gonna be a wipe for months.
No,
Nah.
if you've been
I
playing
said
this
if there
game
was
since
gonna be a wipe, it would be
alpha,
the 1st of
pre-alpha,
December.
You know how much they wipe. It's all the newer players. That
Well, I
haven't
didn't base it
been
on
playing with
that.
you
I
guys.
based it on reality, and in reality, it's the closing of the quarter right now. So
Dude, I thought that they were going to. Yeah, well, that too, closing in the financial quarter.
yeah,
for them as well.
yeah. So
But-
like in reality, real people are doing money things. So that's why I kept saying first week of December or the end of the first week.
Yeah, but what are they gonna do? Like say, oh yeah, we made X amount of revenue. Like.
Well,
in the
no.
month of
So
fucking
here's the thing.
December
Remember how they were
24?
talking about pushing marketing? So like,
Yeah.
yeah. So like ads and marketing and stuff is normally pre-planned. It's just like their servers, right? Like they prepay their servers. Like they even if they're not going to turn it on, like it still costs them money. So like they're prepaying the like advertise and like ads do quarterly. Like most advertisement companies prefer quarterly payments because they make more money. They don't want you to pay like every half a year, every 5 years. They don't want you to do a contract like that. They want you quarterly buyers of their ad space. So that's why that's the biggest reason they would do the wipe is if they're planning to actually do the marketing, and they have to be because they just did Steam.
Well, yeah, they mentioned it. They mentioned it in their last live stream that marketing was going to be coming for the new update.
Yeah,
Like,
and
I
this
will say
Steam
this.
release is nice. I don't know.
I didn't expect them to wipe for another month or two. I really hope that they can get all the kinks worked out with Harbinger in the next month.
I'm really
Or
annoyed
less
they
than a month,
kept.
I guess.
They have 5 weeks. They just did a week. They're going to have 4 more weeks of general testing to do it.
Yeah.
Not mentioning what they've cooked around in the previous weeks before this even happened. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to get it done, but let's be honest. Life service like Shoal is dead. It's
Yeah,
it's all
Shoal
dead,
is
so.
dead in the water.
Yeah, we're just hitting
Cooked.
PTR now.
I mean, everyone's going to be hitting PTR and like.
Yeah, it's just
I don't
going to
know.
be learning. Like the quest change is coming. We 100% have to test all that trash.
We have to
The
test a ton of
Destiny
stuff.
thing.
That-
Yeah, you have to level to level 2. You can do it right now. You just have to get to
No,
level 2.
Milk, you didn't.
We don't know
So
if that's what's staying or what's.
yeah,
gonna
Margaret
be
just
quite yet.
said in like a week or two they're changing some of the starter quest lines, and she didn't specify whether that's the values, etc. But she's saying, they're being changed in an economical way. So does that mean we're getting more money from quests? Does that mean we're getting less money? Does that mean we can't buy our bags, etc.?
I think it depends on the pathway you choose. Like, did you look at the PTR notes for the Destiny pathways?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think if you go like a combat pathway, you're gonna probably get less than if you go like a processing or crafting pathway because you need more gold to process shit,
Right.
craft shit.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, that's what I figured
Versus
she
like getting
meant.
better gear if you're
But
like
then
a combat person but getting less gold.
they could also lower
thought
the
the
values of XP too, which
I thought the
would.
Destiny was just to help new players like
Up to
figure
level
out the
10.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that starter
it-
gold might be huge depending on how much you get.
No, it
Right.
doesn't.
Because like we all
Well,
know how
right
to
now
fucking
it's
play
only
the game.
XP it gives.
Yeah, right now it's only XP, but like I said, we all know how to play the game. Like if all of a sudden processing gets like a few extra gold or like 10 gold, like that's huge if like everybody does it.
wait. We should wait till the first week in December and really hit it, because at that point we're gonna have changes. Chances are they're not going to delay December 11th, because that puts them too close to Christmas for comfort. So I think it's gonna ship no
Yeah,
matter
but it wouldn't
what.
be the first time.
They've already put the
Yeah.
date on Steam, so unless
Well,
something catastrophic goes wrong,
Right.
they're releasing.
Yeah.
I don't think they would release it a week later, so close to Christmas. Even if shit's busted, they're just gonna fucking.
Yeah, right, dude. Fucking
Steam is a
Assassin's
ninja.
Creed fucking delayed their fucking release of their whole game, pushed it back months. I think push it back doesn't matter.
And it was still shit.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
still shit.
Yeah,
they can
Assassin's
I
Creed,
think it's
terrible.
hypothetically
What, that
too,
Black
but-
Flag game?
No, the fucking Japanese one. Their newest.
Oh.
Samurai.
I
So wait,
really,
so-
really hope they understand that the reason for all the wipes are because the economy's fucked every time, and they need to
I mean, they
not
acknowledge
fuck
that.
up the economy within the first 2 weeks
Well-
of the release,
They
like
acknow-
they have
Well,
done
the
every
biggest thing that
Chuckles.
annoys me about this last stream is like a bunch of people asked about the duping and if it had been fixed, etc. And they just
It has been fixed, bro.
we
But
don't
also,
know.
Shekels,
They literally wouldn't say even the reward for turning in dupes. They wouldn't even say the reward for that. And they said the only rewards given out was like some extremely stupid things that like
No,
any
they said,
casual could have figured out. So like
They shouted out 3 people and said they gave them shit for it.
not for dupes. That was all for
No,
trash,
that's for
bro.
something
That was like
else. Well,
extremely dog shit. Like not even
They said
exploits.
for-
Like
they
they
said
gave
for
out
dupes
rewards
specifically.
for like the most terrible reports, dude. Like any casual dog shit, like I don't know, 10 IQ player could have figured out those. They're not exploits. So like
I
they're
don't remember
They said
what
that would
exploit
reward
they
up to
said.
5
They
players through the exploit bug report system, but they are only expecting 1 or 2 people to actually like make those reports like with actual meaningful information.
yeah, and
Is
then
what they said, and the fact that they said that that's what they're expecting probably means that they haven't gotten a whole lot, if any, like solid leads.
yeah, exactly.
anyone that
And then
actually
the
knows how to
fact,
do
yeah,
it.
they wouldn't even tell the reward. And then they ignored everybody's like question about is it fixed? Like
Yeah, they
Zop
would share
asked, a bunch,
rewards.
Vlad asked, a ton of people asked, and literally
But
ignored.
also, Shekels, the thing for starting this next phase is if they're gonna be re-enabling drops, like low, like I don't care if it's like common or uncommon, that
Well, we
only
have to
get.
test bosses are
Yeah,
supposed
we
to
gotta
have
test it.
higher drop rates on new tables. So we have to test literally every boss again.
Like
It's
named
It's
Because-
going to be in the
bosses.
same
Yeah,
thing
all
as this
named
phase.
bosses, dude. It'll be like you remember how they swapped the boss phase at the end of phase 2? It went from one shot to boss
So they're
phase.
gonna do it like that.
So apparently, yeah, they're like
Okay.
boss loot is supposed to have value now, and like be comparable
Yeah, like
to.
we're
Like,
gonna have to have a combat team in econ, and there's gonna have to be a bridge between, and we're
Yeah,
gonna have to
but-
sell gear and grind gear.
yeah, but I don't know. Is the boss gear going to be better than the set gear? That's the other thing we're gonna have to look at. We don't know the stats for all that.
I don't think better, but I think it's still always going to be a segue to endgame.
I don't know. Hopefully they release all that on PTR.
They will. I think we test like the last.
I'm gonna
one
end
for
this
econ
video. It's like an hour
a week
long.
ago.